Good morning, Internet. Welcome back to the GG's podcast. I'm one fourth of your host, often imitated, never duplicated, Pride.
Mhm.
I'm I'm
He's
too
doing a lot.
really.
Oh no.
You can't ever have nothing. That's crazy. Intros, let's go.
I'm two fourths of the podcast Pac-Man 630 GG podcast.
I guess that makes me what, 3/4? I think that's what it
Mhm.
makes me. What's up, y'all? I'm Cup and Noodle. I'm Cup. How y'all doing?
And as the whole show, I am dehydration,
Oh,
aka B,
you.
because I'm 4 out of 4. I finished the pie chart.
Do you remember
But
when
that
you
don't
was
make you the
muted and
whole.
you was muted
You
the other
said
day and
the
you thought you
whole
was getting
show.
kicked out, sis.
But Philip said he was half, so why can't I be whole?
You said, okay,
Okay,
you
But that still doesn't make you the okay.
okay, fractions.
This is
Who
going
knows?
great. This is going
But anyway,
We
amazing.
can only go up from here.
We really can.
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're glad you're here. I'm stifled as always, but we're here to bring you another lovely podcast. So, what's been going on in our weeks, guys?
Hated
Oof.
you.
Oof.
I actually have not done much this week. Other than school, we can talk about school. School took my spring break and I haven't been well since then. I have not been well. I have not been well.
Unwell.
I've been very unwell. The second they have these academic board meetings, I will be present to every one of them because the reasoning was we took away spring break because of COVID. But we gonna come back in the fall though. And I was like, oh, so we don't get a break, no reparations, no nothing. Nothing. And so that's how my week has been going. Just no school has been running me a fade every day of the week.
I hate that
So,
for you.
why do you get reparations from school?
I need my days back. I really do. I need my days back. That was 5, actually 7 academic days that I was gonna have of just rest. But no, they took that away from me. And I need my reparations.
Was this something for everyone or was this just certain
A lot of
colleges?
schools.
A lot of
took away
schools.
spring break.
Yeah, a lot of
Ah.
colleges. So a lot of us didn't get to actually enjoy
Because
spring
I
break.
definitely saw people spring breaking like in Florida. Well, I should just say wilding. And
Wow.
they were
That
setting
wasn't
curfews.
for spring break, sis. That was not. That was
Because
because they
I mean, I grew up thinking spring break was like, okay, school. But I'm looking at this in Florida and I'm like, ain't none of y'all going to school. I don't want to be that person. It's just people just be taking off the first week of April, calling it spring break. Because these was grown individuals that ain't never seen school. Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't never know. Some of these kids be big as fuck.
Yeah.
Now,
Some of the big
some of these big ass college students.
Not everybody's bigger than me.
Nah,
Not,
when I tell
he's
you,
right.
I go into work
Yes,
every
you
week and
are.
I'm like, how old are
That's
you? And they be 6'4",
21.
like 220 pounds. I'm 16. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You big
My
as
nephew
ooh,
was
you
the grown
big.
at 17.
Yeah.
Nah, they huge. Everybody bigger than me. My theory is if you bigger than me, you grown.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh,
theory.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
that's a
low
lot of
bar to
grown
have.
people. Yeah, that's a lot of grown
Yeah.
people, sis.
Not
Why that
every-
bar gotta be so low? What
You
hello?
Why
tell me,
you gotta
Jason.
be so
You
low?
tell me.
That was a
You
question.
know what? Y'all got this. It's fine. Yeah, keep be what you do this week before I turn around and leave. I don't take this.
I worked. Let's see. I've been having a good reaction update per my acid reflux. I'm able to have an appetite again, so that's fun. And I'm not burping all the time.
Oh, I
So
love that.
life has looked up on me. I also have changed to 1% milk instead of whole milk.
Isn't that just
And
water?
That's just water with a
It's-
splash of milk.
yes,
That,
it
but
is.
skim is just
Right,
water with
right,
the
right.
idea of milk, though.
Yes. The
It's
idea
thinking
of
about
milk is
milk.
in it.
You're right.
Yes.
Right.
But we
But
have
I've
no
also
burpee
read
bee.
this. Right. I don't get as much, bronchitis symptoms in the morning after drinking 1%. So, life is changing and the
Why
grass is
don't you
green.
just get that silk stuff, or can you not
I don't
have?
want that.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
cool. Okay, I just feel like
Imagine you
I'm
not liking
closer.
nut milk. Nut milk is delicious.
Yeah,
I feel
almond
like
milk
it's
is
gonna be on
everything.
par. Because at this point, I just feel like you just put, when you ain't got enough milk, so you just put some water in it.
That's
And
what-
really what it
I
tastes
never
like.
went for it.
It's
But
just what it tastes like.
That's what I feel like it is.
No, but silk is at least thick. Silk. One
That's
thing
what
to
I'm
say about
saying.
silk
And
is it's
Silk
thick as
is gonna
hell.
be more milk quality than just
And then
water milk.
It comes in flavors. You can get vanilla. Chocolate. You
I
know
don't
you could.
think I would vibe with flavored milk though.
Vanilla
It's only a
isn't
hint.
that bad.
only
It's like
hint.
a hint.
Yeah, it's just a
Yes.
hint.
Because
It's
I
just
don't
an
even like
idea.
vanilla. I've had vanilla, I think almond milk, and I did not like it.
I just
Like
remember
The
putting some
vanilla
silk.
silk with like honey bunches of oats. is
Yes, I put
bomb.
it in my honey nut Cheerios. It was so
Yes,
good. It was so
bomb.
good.
Mm.
But yes, glad you're on the
She's
up.
not a believer.
She really
Glad you're on
isn't.
the up and up, B. I love that for you.
Thank
I
you.
love that you can have ideas of
Food.
milk now.
Yes.
You know?
I was worried. I thought you was gonna be photosynthesizing in these streets.
I would have
I
loved
was
that
for
for
that
her.
first week. I truly was.
Can you imagine B just being hungry all the time and all the noises she makes when she's
I would
hungry?
leave.
we heard
I would
that
go.
I would
yesterday,
have to
no.
go. Yeah, our friendship would probably end. It's
Wow.
Because
No,
you could
B,
just
you're
never
a
be
lie.
hungry in silence.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I mean,
Oh.
hungry. It's Kason, do you have the room?
And then she turns into Waluigi. She starts going wah, 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 and you're like, "What's happening?"
B, I don't say anything. Now, what my stomach say is two different things. All right, my stomach is very present, but me as a person, I don't Waluigi in your ear. I take it in stride. I'm a woman, all right? But my stomach, on the other hand, be like, now, sis, fix it.
Sure.
Get this
RXD.
together.
Burn.
Your stomach burning.
My stomach was spicy. He was like, wow. Like, wait, hello?
Well, with our weeks already in shambles, let's discuss the shambles that have been April so far of 2021.
We just started.
Yeah, we just did.
We just got into the madness that is April, and people want to clown already.
I feel like March was yesterday, though. We really breezed and skipped through March, though.
January was just yesterday.
It really was. Yeah.
I really just saw y'all. Like, it really hasn't been that long.
That's 'cause
It's been so long since we've seen each other. That's the crazy part.
It's been 30 plus days.
I feel like that was like a good smooth week ago. The way this year is flying, but I feel like we say that every year. So is it real?
I mean, you have to think like COVID Day. What was that? That was like 2 weeks ago. We've had a year of COVID.
That's crazy.
It
I was in
is.
LA. Like when it officially hit, I was in LA, and then I was with y'all in LA. So go figure.
It always seems like the beginning of the year like flies by, and then you get to like the midpoint of the year, and it's like, oh wow,
it's dragging.
Yeah, it's dragging.
Yeah, but once you're in September, it's flying because come October, it's like holiday, Happy New Year.
And
like
then it'd be nothing.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, do it again. You know, like wait a minute now, you can't process one. And these stores don't help because they already got 4th of July stuff up. Like now it's April. Easter was out for us in like January, February. So
You
these
know, they
stores
be ready.
They be ready. So after
really
what? We'll have 4th of July and come like July, Halloween everywhere. Like, wait.
Yeah.
When I tell you, we
No,
started
we forgot back to school. They're gonna be on that back to school trend.
today is Easter, and we was making Mother's Day cakes on Easter. When I tell you, I said, wow.
When is Mother's Day?
These stores don't play.
Next
Hey,
month.
In May. But that's the next holiday.
Oh,
It's
that
crazy.
is the next holiday.
Does Father's Day still get love? I feel like
No,
Mother's Day
no,
was
Not even in the slightest.
Fact dads.
Cause what? Never mind. I was about to say, what do dads do? The dads are. Ooh, never mind.
Ooh, you did that. That was about to be deep. That was about to be deep.
I just know that when it comes to Mother's Day versus Father's Day, I know it's all about moms.
Yeah.
Dad is just like,
And on Dad, you get a cigarette and some steak. Here you go.
I got my dad an ice cream cake from Baskin Robbins once, and it was like in a tie. My daddy don't wear no tie to work, but it was supposed to be for dad. You know, it was like, you know, and that's all I really remember when it comes to dads. It's never been like a big deal. Like the restaurants are not filled out the way they are on Mother's Day.
Not at all.
Mother's Day is just like, that's a real holiday. You play moms, she cut you. Dad is like, I'm kind of chilling.
Is it
Like,
because is it because dads like want less ideally, or
I think
like,
they expect less.
And
my
also,
dad is a
it's
very
like,
chill individual. He really could take it or leave it.
yeah.
I very much entered the phase where my dad's getting money in cards because I don't know what
Yeah.
else to get you.
I get my dad a nice hoodie.
The last thing I got my dad was a wallet that said "bad motherfucker" on it. I think
Come
that's
on.
the
Imagine y'all buying Father's Day gifts. I don't have a dad, so I can't relate. You know.
Now,
What?
I mean, you have one. You're
Man.
See, you know,
You was waiting to throw that out there. You was just waiting.
nope. In situations like that, because I cannot relate. I learned
Yeah.
from concept, you just eat your damn food. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I try to relate with you, pride, because I respect you. You see what I'm saying?
It is
I
what
don't
it
try to
is.
equate my apples to your oranges out of respect.
It is what it is.
Indeed. What do you do for your mom for Mother's Day then? I just
Oh, I
know
go
she wants the
all out.
world of you.
Oh, she
of course
does,
you
and
do.
I have to. Because my mom will text me a list the week before Mother's Day talking about this is what I need, and I'm like, okay.
Better get
I
that
feel like that
list.
makes
You better
it a
check
little
it twice
easier,
too.
Yeah.
You don't gotta scramble. I kind of get my mom the same things on repeat, just different variations.
My
My
mom is
mom too,
indecisive,
kind
so
of.
it's
Like her
like,
list is
hello.
always like relatively the same. Like I know what to expect. There's just the occasional curveball.
See, I just have to pay attention. I'm very much a gift giver to where I try and pay attention to what you may be
Mhm.
talking about, and then I get that. Like for Christmas, I got my mom a jean jacket because she was like, she wants comments. She's like, I like your jean jacket, so I got her one that's like, she's like, oh my gosh, you got me a jean jacket like yours. We can what? We can twin now. I was
Oh,
like,
you did that. Yeah. You
Aw,
walked right into that one. Ooh,
look
not you.
at you twinning.
Y'all gonna have the
I
same
we have
hairstyle
yet
and
to win.
everything too. Just be
Now
walking down the street. Ah, just
I wish I could twin fashion wise with my mama. The way my mama
now.
do
was, she
it.
wears too
Take,
much black.
start wearing the good old fashioned afros. I would love to
Mm,
see it on you.
if my mama fro get any bigger, it's fine. I love her dearly. My mom likes collars and patterns, and she's so happy to be here. And my life is muted, so um,
Stop
Your
being
mom be
black
like
like your soul, sis.
sequins.
I am black like my
Start
soul.
wearing color.
I never got out of my emo days. I do not like bright colors. I'm so good. I just it's not in me. I don't even like eyeshadow colors. I'm so good.
I just
I don't
want to see
even
you in
wear
a nice
red
hot pink
lipstick.
outfit.
It is the way. I would say being that Easter's tomorrow or
Today,
tomorrow.
you did, yeah, today.
Today is Sunday. I knew that. Did y'all do anything for Easter or not?
Oh, I
I
had a
My
worked.
steak and
mom
I called
cooked.
it a day. Yeah, I had a steak.
I worked a
Imagine having a
lovely
meal.
I worked a lovely 13-hour shift and then came home. And now I'm here.
So we did nothing.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
Not
But
in
I
our
mean,
house.
is Easter really for us though?
yeah,
well, back in the day, Easter used to be filled with church and
yeah. Church was the
I
thing, but now it's like COVID. So I was like, oh, what am I gonna do with this?
See, I've never been a church goer, so that wasn't really for me.
s- I've
Like,
always equated Easter to my mama making me clean up the house. Like she had to clean up
No.
the house for like spring cleaning is what I always equated Easter to. And then after we deep clean the house, then we would get an Easter basket. So it was kind of like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this at 7 o'clock at
Well,
night
well,
after, I was yelled at all day
well, since we're
about cleaning
talking on,
baseboards.
since we're talking about
oh, I
Easter,
used to hate cleaning baseboards.
oh,
Ugh.
them baseboards raw. Ooh,
It's
You
why
were
we
a
Ugh.
hater.
outside
You
and
were a
play.
carpeted household.
It's the way. I don't know how
them
we still
baseboards can
do
still
it.
be cleaned with carpets. I hated it. I was like,
Would
But
y'all
why?
rip up the
but
carpet?
what I don't get is no, the baseboards are on top of the carpet, B.
There are
Yeah,
baseboards is
it's
the
like
connection between the
carpet.
wall and
Yeah,
like the
it's
little
all
trim along
attached.
the floor.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
girl.
mean.
Not you thinking the
That's what
individual tiles on the
honestly,
floor.
every Saturday
Imagine.
morning, we went from cartoons to getting the hell up out that house. Because if we stayed in,
Yep.
we were cleaning. And you got me dumb. So when I see like kids kicking in the house, like must be nice to just be chilling. Because I know for a fact if I didn't leave, I was gonna have to do something I didn't want to do. And I ain't cleaning nobody's baseboards. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, since we're on the topic of Easter and Resurrection Sunday, there's been a lot of there's been a lot of religious banter going on about the Lil Nas X
Mm.
video. Would we like
Oh
to talk about
yeah.
that?
We could talk about
Well, for a little context, if you are out the loop or you didn't know, it's been all the roar of the talk and of the town right now. But Lil Nas X made a music video for a song that I can't remember right now, but
Call Me by Your Name.
Call Me by Your Name, the song Call Me by Your Name, and the music video was a visual piece, if you will. It went a lot of places. It was outlandish, outworldly, if you will. But the main part was him pole dancing into hell, proceeding to give the quote unquote devil a lap dance, and then breaking his neck and then putting on his horn. So in the not the goyers, come on, the churchgoers and the religious people had a lot to say about it, and I just want to know how we felt about that whole situation.
I think it was a lot of the same people saying, "Oh, the children. What about the children in this imagery?" But when has the music industry in its mainstream form ever been for the children? Not ever.
I just want to know, like, what child or what parent is like, you know what? I'm gonna just turn on this BET unsupervised or MTV music, whatever, and just have at it. Just see all the stuff you want. You don't think at some point as a parent you're like, oh, this shouldn't be for you, or so let me turn this off, or let me parental lock this channel. Like, isn't that like what a parent is supposed to do? Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I was going to start off and ask because B brought up a good point. Oh, save the children for the children. How old are the children we are speaking of?
Exactly.
That is true.
Because I mean, depending on the age, you putting this in front of the children. They're not finding this
This is
because
true.
most of the little kids that I know, if they are looking at the things in YouTube realm, it's usually YouTube kids based. So when you yell the children, are we talking about teenagers? Are we talking, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? What is the age demographic that we are trying to save? Because believe it or not, before Lil Nas X, we always had someone, whether it be Bone Thugs Harmony,
Exactly.
Eminem, Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim, Tupac, Biggie. There was always something go. Hell, Michael Jackson, Madonna
Mhm.
used to be considered, real edgy back in the day, but Papa
Mhm.
Don't Preach and Like a Virgin. This has always been a thing, but I've never known the demographic that they were trying to save. It's just the children. But what age are we talking about? Because eventually, kids gonna do what they
They're
want to
going
do.
to
And if
do
we're talking
anyway.
I feel
about
like the
Right.
demographic that they're trying to save is too young to be watching this or even understand what they're watching anyway. You get to a certain point in your age where if your parent is like, "Oh, you shouldn't be watching this," and they turn it off, as a teenager, you know what you do? You sneak out or you sneak downstairs and watch it when they're not around, right? That's what you do. That's everybody's teenage years, right? Is getting into stuff I shouldn't be getting in. Turn
Right.
into those blurry channels on the cable.
hey,
You remember the blurry
don't block
channels?
me.
You
I
remember the
gotta
blurry
see something. You don't know my life.
yeah, and
I'm
you just
squinting and
watching it
turning my
until you
head like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
wow, what is
yeah.
that?
I
It's a
think I
whole
see a leg.
elbow.
I think I see a
Is that
leg.
an elbow?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
yelling,
I
that's
was
a
like,
nipple. That ain't no nipple. That's a knee.
That's a nip.
But that was a thing. And
Yeah.
I think as parents, I think we forget that as a parent because at least one because it's very easy for parents to say, well, you don't know because you ain't. And that's
right.
very fair. But as a parent, you gotta be honest, you gonna hit that point in life where you can't sit up under your kids. And
That's
at
Mhm.
this point, there's so many things, and I feel for older parents because I don't think my parents could contain what
nah.
you know what I'm saying.
If,
Older
if
parents
you,
don't know nothing about the internet, and
yeah,
ain't nobody getting in VC with their kids on consoles and
yeah. Child
PC.
rearing now is a lot. You got to
Oh,
be
I give
careful.
it to
You got to
parents
be careful.
nowadays. It's way too many things to keep up with. And if you're not in that scene, then you don't know what your kids are doing. And I don't want to bust bubbles and hurt feelings, but you really don't.
You
And
don't.
because even if you do know what's going on, you still don't know. The only way you gonna know is to pry. And as soon as you
You
go
don't
look
want
at
to
the
be that
stupid,
one.
You're gonna find something you don't want to find.
you gotta let them grow. You gotta let them quote unquote fall out that nest, and you just gotta hope for the best and hope that when they were younger, you instill something decent where they just have a line they're not willing to cross. I think we forget that we were young, and since I was kind of a wild kid, don't at me. It's
Mm,
like even if my parents wanted me to do something different, you can't stop me at
yeah.
the end of the day. Especially now, parents are working. You got
That
two
Very much.
you can't stop me. At the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. And eventually, it has nothing to do with home training. You just got to hold people accountable for them. If they see something and they're so impressionable that that's the route they were willing to take, they were going to take that route anyways. It had nothing to do with you. That's just who they are. And I think that sometimes because they are younger, you don't want you, it's easier to place the blame than to sometimes say, you can't shield them from nothing. Eventually, we are who we are, and you can't stop that. But I just always wondered about the children and the age that they yell about since it's such, the children. I
The
would love to
children,
know the age.
they are our future.
Oh,
Teach
I
us well
worry.
and let us lead the way.
And even I think like last week or a week or two ago, Cardi B, I think she was live streaming on IG, and WAP came on, and I forgot what's that baby name? Coach
not
Oh,
Coachella.
Coach, not Coachella.
Cardi.
wait,
No,
What's that
it's
baby
what is that
name?
name
wait,
baby's name?
wait.
Wait.
Cardi B has a baby.
Yes.
Pride.
Oh my
Pride.
God. Culture. That's
Culture,
that baby
that's
name.
what
Am
it
I supposed
is.
to know? I don't be checking for
The
Cardi
baby's
B.
like 2 or 3 now. Pride. It's
She's
And
like,
Oh,
WAP
she
came.
did
Yep.
have a song that said "I got a baby." Da-da-da-da. Oh, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes. You
Yeah.
did that.
okay.
Be
Anywho,
continued.
I,
Yes.
I,
yes. Baby Culture walked through when WAP was playing, and Cardi cut it off, and all the little Twitter parents were like, "See, she even knows it's not appropriate." Well, because it's not written for her daughter. She didn't
yeah.
make songs for her daughter, and I think that's just what people need to understand.
But let's
Even the
not.
artists
depending
themselves.
on the age, she ain't wrote songs for their daughter. They choose
But
to
why
put
would
that
you
on
play
and do
WAP
what they do.
for a baby.
It's not.
Like
It's
she's
no.
a child.
This is
You
not the
get it.
thing. When they talk about this isn't for their children, or it's not that. It's not that they're playing it for their children because they're not. But this
Yeah.
gets into the fact that they're looking at celebrities and people that are in higher places media wise to parent their children or act accordingly to
Right.
then confine to their parenthood. And it's like, well, I'm not making content, or I'm not making music, or I'm not rapping for your kids. That's something that you have to deal with your kids about. Like, that's not my job. And that gets into people feeling like other people have to raise their kids.
Agreed.
Right, in the same light, you can cut off the radio for your babies. It's not even all of it. My parents definitely cut off. I'm pretty sure it was like Rain. But I used to say, I'm like, that was my song. My mom would cut it right. I'm like, wow.
SWV.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know what that song was about until I was a grown woman. When I tell you I had the cassettes and had no idea.
It was the
I
same
was
thing.
a full adult when it hit me and said, hey,
It was the same
And
thing
then be like,
for me. For me and Aaliyah Rock the Boat. The way I was a
grown.
grown ass man when I was like, oh wow, this song is explicit.
You know
I
what?
think-
The song
This
was
song is
really
explicit.
bad, and it was a big deal. And I don't know if B and Philip remember it, but Pride you might. It was "He's Mine." You may have had it once, but I got
Yeah,
it this
yeah,
time.
I don't know what
yeah.
that
I
is.
And
never
you know what the other
understood
one?
that song. And my dad was like, this is the dumbest damn song I've ever heard. And I never understood why. And now that I'm
Remember-
older,
I forgot what this name of the song was. I want to say it was Freakily, but it was like, and I will be your freak until
that's
the day.
Anita Howard. That's my other one.
And I was like,
I
oh,
was awesome, and
wait.
we could pop
Yeah,
all through
yeah,
the
yeah.
early morning. And I was
At one point,
here. I did not
it's
understand
the
that.
way they always blanked out the N word, so you never knew she said it. But she would always, I need a roughneck to satisfy me. And I
I
was like,
didn't know
oh
what
wait,
the song was about, but
wait.
I needed something at that young age, and I was dancing.
He was really walking around going pop pop anytime
And we
a place is up.
that music video was lit too. That was
But
the story.
that
And
video
the
was
thing
great.
is, I didn't know, and I didn't grow up in a family with a lot of censorship. I know I talk about a lot on stream.
But
I really
even but even you being exposed to that, even you not knowing, did it ruin you? You
no,
get what I'm
no,
saying? Exactly.
in the
That's
slightest.
like
I
did it
didn't
change
know what I was getting into, and I think a lot of things are being taken. And I'm not going to say out of context, but I do think that kids don't remember when my daughter was younger. Cartoon Network transitions into Adult Swim. And
Yes.
she used to like Family Guy. And it was this big thing because it's like, do you let her watch it? And it's like, I don't know what she's laughing at and what I'm laughing at
Are
are
two different
two
things.
completely different things. And I remember she was watching it at my parents, and my dad was just like, come here, boo. He was like, what is this? I said, I don't know. But like my parents told me, if you don't got no sense, you can cut it off. Because,
Yeah.
growing up, some kids couldn't watch The Simpsons, some kids couldn't watch
Very
South
much.
Park. And I'm sure there's someone saying right now, damn, Cup, you let her do that. But I'm like, I mean, fast forward, she's still watching American Dad. And I don't even watch American Dad, but that's her jam. And, but not a troubled kid, straight A kid, not a stupid kid. You can watch things all day, but it's until you try to reenact it that we have a problem. I grew up watching Ninja Turtles. I wasn't trying to go in nobody's sewer. You see what I'm saying?
I
Like,
wasn't trying to go find Splinter.
I think it's very much the same thing. Like with GTA, like I was like, oh, my kid's gonna be shooting up schools and
Oh, yeah. No, it's
shooting up
not.
neighborhoods and being a gangbang. I have never touched.
Yeah. My mom my mom was very much against all the Call of Duties, but when I went over to my dad's, I would play the Call of Duties, the Hitmans, the Splinter Cell, and that's all stealth and shooting. But you see, I turned out pretty well, if I do say so myself, and that's because of teaching, and I came up with it might not have been the best, but I came up with some good parents, some great parents. So it's about the parenthood of it all, and not like it's about as long as they have the sense about life compared to the people that don't have sense, and then it's like, oh, this is all I know, and I'm just taking it in, I'm gobbling up, and this is what I'm doing with life, and it's like, oh.
Now my dad would have to powwows every now and then just to check in.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were for as a kid, but now that I'm older, it was kind of trying to find out my mental. He also used to put us on spot to see if we could read. He was like, I was just making sure we wasn't raising no dummies, but I never got that number. He would just randomly hand me a newspaper and be like, I
read that.
and I'm like, oh, he was like, no, I was just to make sure you wasn't no fool. Like, now you got this, but it was.
I like that. I like
one of those things where as you get older, you get it. But my dad said it wasn't that he was lazy as much as he wanted to know, was he raising a follower or Was he raising someone that had enough sense to have some damn sense? So it's like you can watch what you want. You can see all the celebrities doing all the things. You can watch all the cartoons, but if you dumb enough to actually jump out the window and do it, well, then we got a big
We got a
problem.
problem.
Yeah.
And we grew up during some weird ass times. Probably we had Jackass.
We had Jackass, and it got to the point where that disclaimer.
Wait, y'all saying we all had Jackass?
I know
We
you
also
had
grew up with
Jackass.
Jackass. Hello?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. I thought
Yeah.
Jackass was a.
Now,
The way you think, do you think they stopped making them and stopped showing it?
Jackass is that old?
I didn't know. I thought that was right before.
I also thought
Not that being
Yeah,
before our
it was
time.
very
Nah,
much the
I didn't
early
watch it because I
2000s.
knew it was stupid, but I
So
definitely was
it was
around.
Yeah, it was
when
very
it first
stupid.
came out, and it's funny because I know I'm a hypocrite because like I see these weird, I almost call them vines. I'm old, so like the TikToks where the kids will like prank the parent in front of the other parent, like, can you just shut the fuck up? And the other parent will be like, what you say? And to
Yeah.
me, I'm like, that shit is foolish. But in
Yeah,
the
that's
other,
different.
on the other shoe, I was watching Jackass when Bam Margera used to come in and whoop his daddy.
Just whoop
He
his
used to force
dad's
to
ass
fight his dad.
on the
I mean,
toilet, just beating
Right,
his
and
ass.
I would be cackling. I can't tell if I'm a hypocrite or if I'm just older, but back in the day, I would see that. Now, I ain't never tried to accost my daddy in a bathroom.
Never on the bathroom.
So cool.
Imagine.
But what I'm
That's
saying is,
something
like,
I would catch.
oh no, I wouldn't be here right now. But I see these TikToks and I see the parents playing with the other parent with the child. And it's like, dude, that's out of line. But
Yeah.
is it the same as Jackass, or am I just at a different place?
Again, different place, different time. We was real.
To me, I'm like, oh,
were-
absolutely not. But back then, I was definitely cackling at that. So I don't know.
I think it's the same thing because I feel like I talked about this at some point, but like Rain by SW was my song. But when I was playing around, my niece, like when we was cooking or something, she started saying like, what you know about this song? Now, where did you hear this from? She was like, I don't know, I just heard it. I'm like, okay. You just heard it.
Day. I genuinely thought it was a rainy day. I thought it was, the Lord giving us a rainy day, and that was raining on me. Every little drip drop.
Oh, I hate that. I
I'm
hate
telling
that.
you, when Aaliyah Rock the Boat hit me, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, wait. This song is not about driving a boat.
I really found that out recently also. I think that song was so perfectly nuanced that it was not that. That's like Tweet, Oh My. I was like, oh, this song's hit.
That song was not new. Oh My was not nuanced at all. At all.
I used to love that song when I was a kid.
Oh My was all about her flicking the bean, and we all knew it.
I didn't know that.
Now,
I was like, that's my skirt just coming down.
I didn't know to that degree, but I knew it wasn't good. But I just didn't know to what degree.
It's really the lyrics. I looked over to the left. I was feeling so good. I had to touch myself.
I didn't know what that meant. I was like, oh, I could touch. Like, oh, look at my shoulder.
I was a stupid kid. Well, I didn't know what I was supposed to be looking for anywhere. I didn't know because we only had that scrambled channel, and I only saw kneecaps.
Yeah, only kneecaps. Only kneecaps.
If I was
really slapping the side of the TV,
up a little for HBO, HBO and Skinamax might show me a half a thing or two, but I didn't know what was going on. It was just the feeling of being edgy and saying, "Oh, I'm not supposed to be watching this," so I did. That's literally all it was.
I just remember slapping the side of the TV, thinking, "Oh, this is gonna help. I'm gonna see some stuff. Let me slap this TV real fast."
Beating your big booty TV.
I sure did. Ooh,
I thought it did help. Definitely. Like, now. Come on.
The way you were just knocking the little screws loose.
Just tearing the TV.
I used to be hitting the shit out of my
We
TV.
had an antenna.
My TV did not.
I did not have
a whole
that.
ass antenna. I tell you, we were jiggling that antenna.
I had
we had one of them roof antennas. Had to go on the roof and jiggle that too sometimes.
Not too on the roof.
Okay, that I have heard of because back in the day, satellite was satellite, and you may have to play with it.
Go play with it for a little bit. Yeah.
The funny thing about that is my mom had very much established cable at that point, but then for some reason we don't even have cable now. We have like a Fire Stick. But I remember like between cable and Fire Stick, we was getting the antennas. So I didn't really watch cable because I had YouTube and all that at that point. So I was in Netflix at that point. So I wasn't really watching cable. And so I remember my mom referred to like those really high powered satellites, and my mom would be like, come here so I can nail this to the wall real quick. And I was like, oh, here we go.
See, I definitely grew up with Dish, and I remember when it was snow, like, oh, there's too much snow on the
Yeah,
side. Like we look up, like,
yeah.
look at all that snow on the
Snow, yeah.
side.
But whenever it started raining, you ain't have no TV.
Like,
Let it rain too hard. Let it rain too hard.
this
All,
network
all the
used to be
cable gone.
gone.
This is gone.
Like, oh,
We had,
it's
I don't
dripping.
know if we had a satellite. I know we had the cable box and it went up to 99 channels. And
Mm.
well, actually it was 36 and then 99. And I learned that I could steal cable if I put the
Huh?
regular TV from
Now,
channel 3 to channel 4. So like HBO was on channel 16 and we didn't have Cinemax, but if I put my other TV to 4, it would go one channel up. And my dad's like, "Boo, that's stealing." And I said, "You don't know what I'm doing up in here." And he was like, "That
wow.
really worked." So May was doing it too. So don't at me. But it went up to 99. And I think that's when Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon was like
Was like,
channel
yeah,
56.
46. Yeah.
I
Uh-huh,
remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Wait,
No,
Cartoon Network used to be 75, but and then Disney Channel was
No,
46.
Disney was like 72 for me, and I remember
Um,
Cartoon Network was lower with Nick.
Cartoon Network and Nick was 56
Yeah.
and 57 for me.
57. Yeah.
oh, I do
56,
remember that.
57.
There was a point when there was that. Yeah.
But I know whenever I would go to Detroit, channels were different and I would have to find them. And Philip, you were in Illinois. So I think
Yeah.
I just don't remember because that's the first time I saw the box. If y'all remember what that is, that was in Detroit. And that's when you could pay like 99 cents and they play a
Oh,
music video. But I
yeah.
never did. And that's how I've seen so many first music videos was watching it on the box. And then that finally came to Cali.
Honestly, we never. That was not my era. We very much had what was it, the Comcast with the channels and they would just play the music videos.
Yeah.
What was that?
What they was on like X-Fi channels, weren't they? Wasn't that what they were called?
We had
I
the
don't
serious
remember.
music channels where they would just play
Yes.
music
Yeah.
nonstop.
Oh,
Serious.
they were. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
Oh,
serious
Sirius
music
used to
videos.
be it.
And they had all the different stations that I
And then
do.
you
I
could
think they
call
still
in.
have that. Yeah. I
I
think
think
they
they
still
do.
do. I think they still do.
But
I mean,
I
other
wanted
yeah.
to I'm sorry, I just wanted to refer back. I didn't get to say this. I came up at a later time than y'all. So my song of nastiness was Ego by Beyonce. And I remember one time I was singing
Oh God.
Ego. Because Ego, if you know, I didn't know this until like, later years, that ego is about, the size of the weapon. He got a big ego, he got a big, arm
Oh,
on him or whatever. And so I was singing it in front of my mom and her church friend. And it was playing at Walmart. And so, I was singing, he got a big ego. And then she was like, baby, do you know what this song's about? And I was like, no. She was like, then maybe you shouldn't be singing. I looked her dead in her face and I was like, and I did the choreography. She's such a big
And that's why I
ego.
would have
Philip didn't
I'm
get
surprised they
slapped
didn't throw water at you in the
I would
snow.
have started calling you a
Be
D.
gone. Be gone.
Not be gone.
Be gone.
Okay, that's all I had to say. Yeah, that's all.
My topic, I guess it ain't no different. I guess it's a little different. I know that Space Jam 2 was a big thing. It comes out on my birthday. I didn't give them permission to do that, but it's fine.
I hate
But
that for you, sis.
Love that for you.
um okay, so I finally watched the trailer because I enjoyed Space Jam. If I'm keeping it real, I think I like the soundtrack more than the actual movie. Don't at me. I was here for the soundtrack. The movie was cute or whatever. I guess as a kid I was here for it, much like other cartoons that didn't age well. But I know that they took out scenes with Pepe Le Pew, and I think we kind of touched on this last episode because they're mad at Pepe because of the undertones of what his cartoon used to be about. For those of you who do not
Oh,
remember Pepe Le Pew, wasn't it a cat that accidentally
Yeah.
went under
No.
a bus
Yeah.
or like a seat and got a white stripe on its back?
Yes.
So this
And
Pepe
then
thought
Pepe
it
Le
was
Pew, a
another
skunk, and proceeded to try and mate with that skunk. Oh, by the way, trigger warning: we will be talking about unwanted advances. So
This is where I'm segueing. Well, yes and no. So people have, as of late, they have canceled Pepe Le Pew. It's official. Ain't nobody rocking with Pepe. Pepe out. And I believe he was supposed to be in Space Jam 2, but they took him out. So I'm like, okay, this is a hard stance. I respect the stance. If this is how you feel, I respect it. Now I see the trailer for Space Jam 2, and they have like a bunch of different like little cameos from other cartoons, movies, things of that nature. I believe I saw when I showed y'all, I saw the Mystery Machine. We saw Scooby Doo. Everybody was chilling, and that's Hanna-Barbera. So everybody is here. And out of nowhere, I see like this weird cameo for the main characters in A Clockwork Orange. And for those of you who are not familiar with The Clockwork Orange, really love the book. There's a movie. Book is by Anthony Burgess. It's pretty much about a group of delinquents that get in trouble for pretty much robbing and sexually assaulting another woman, in which case one has to go be rehabilitated. Now, my thing with this is you take out Pepe Le Pew because of unwanted advances in quote unquote sexual assault, but then you have this group of dudes in the trailer. I need them to make that make sense. Out of
Yeah.
everyone you could have had in the trailer, well, I would never think of Clockwork Orange to begin with. I know everybody that, I feel like everyone knows the weird iconic eye, the eyelash
Yeah,
on one
basic.
eye, the bowler hat, the cane, whatever. But why would you put that in a children's movie? After Ixnay and Pepe Le Pew, I don't get the thought process, and I just have many questions.
It's very, I think, and it's even more weirder because Pepe was, I mean, it wasn't innocent, but it was intended to be innocent. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, again, different times, different places. Pepe was meant to be a joke. It wasn't, but of course, there's ways to joke and there's ways to, not joke.
Agreed.
But a Clockwork Orange,
There
there's
was no joke. There was no
It's
punchline.
sexual assault. There's no punchline.
There
So
was
I don't
no
understand
punchline.
why Pepe is gone. He's got to go. We don't like these undertones, but we can keep a definite character that represents sexual assault.
Just a group of them.
Is weird. Yeah, that's
when you
weird.
see, like the whole pan out again, you see like the Mystery Machine, the Iron Giants there, and then out of nowhere, a Clockwork Orange. And I'm like, now who is this for? Because I know for a fact these kids don't know who these women are.
No idea.
A lot of adults don't know about a Clockwork Orange. That's
Sure.
why it threw me. It was like, wait, I only know, and I have no business knowing really, because I like Scottish authors and I find them I like, William S. Burroughs, and it's all dark. I'm telling you now, it's dark. Nothing good comes from it.
Typically
None
is.
of this is for children. So for me to see that, I'm like, either it's for kids or it ain't. And I can't tell if it's people trying to be on the right side of history or people trying to appease other people. So in order to avoid, scrutiny or scandal, you take that out and then you still leave that in under the guise that people aren't going to catch it. I caught it. You see what I'm saying?
It feels kind of underhanded. And then, like, even if the majority of people weren't going to catch it, you didn't think that was going to, we're living in the age of technology. You didn't think that one person was going to be like, hey, and then go straight to Twitter and boom, there it is. Like, who oversighted that? How is that an oversight?
Is it a ploy to get people to talk about it? You took out one, but then you add another to keep more. Because we know scandal sales.
There's no such thing as bad press. There's no such thing as bad publicity. You get what I'm saying? You can always, even if that was like a marketing tactic, like say they left that in for it to get attention and for everybody to be up in arms, and all of a sudden, hey, by the way, we took out Clockwork Orange. It was an oversight on our part. Blah 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 blah. You get what I'm saying? So now it has all this buzz around it. Yeah.
So what they gonna add next then?
Exactly.
Hannibal Lecter? I'm so confused. What's coming next?
Hannibal Lecter?
I feel like just people be playing with people. Stop playing
liver with a side of fava beans.
Do the noise. Do the noise.
Oh, I hated that. Oh, I hated that.
I love to try to do what I wanted without me telling. It's fine. Why we're always here. It's fine.
Hello, Clarice.
Also, just looking through, because I just happened to look it up on Twitter to see if it was a thing. Like, it's a thing, but people are not upset about it in the slightest. People are actually happy and excited for kids
really
to see them, and for kids to watch the movie A Clockwork Orange. People are very.
But we can't watch a Lil Nas X video, but we can watch a Clockwork Orange. Hello.
People are confusing me. I need y'all to make this make sense.
Where the Christians at now? Where y'all at now? Where the Christians at now?
How are you excited? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. I don't get it.
You really could have just had Lenny sitting right there, just tending a rabbit, just choking someone out.
Just choking someone right on out.
I mean, at this point,
I am joking.
Could have had the old girls from Fried Green Tomatoes up here chopping and cooking people up. We could have a good old time.
Holden Caulfield getting beat up by a pimp in the corner. I mean,
you would be Thelma and Louise driving off a cliff too.
I mean, at this point, what do people want? I'm so confused. Okay,
they're all here.
Yeah, I would more so blame Warner Brothers, who I think directs. What was that term? Directs Space Jam series.
Mm-hmm.
They included everything that they own. They said throw it all in there, even though it's very much a
why put them,
Warner Brothers.
But why put them front and center though? Like
very front. Like why is
and they have
you in the back looking up.
Even the weird jock strap thing in the front.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They didn't censor this at all. Like they wanted us to see it. Like
interesting.
that's crazy.
Wow. Oof. That's
Oof, hate that for them. I
Oof.
pe- I don't get it, but you know, the cartoon skunk gotta go. I don't know.
That's
Gotta
gone.
go. That's where we draw the line. Right there.
Well,
I,
I think
I,
that
I
covered. Yeah. Did
yeah.
any other closing thoughts on that?
Stupid is stupid.
Yeah.
April's gonna be a long ass month of fools. Just
Well,
fools.
It's a bunch of
Speaking of
foolish
April
fools.
Fools.
yeah. Speaking of April Fools, I know I introduced Lil Nas X, but I actually had something I wanted to say in reference to April Fools. Is ah I how do I start this?
Why does it always start like this, Philip?
Because I'm always in distress. I'm always in distress. When I tell you I'm in,
just let it flow. Just let it flow.
Don't.
Let it.
At what age are we gonna stop with April Fools? Like at what age? Because somebody can get full on at our big ass ages. You're causing intentional distress, and I understand it's like, oh haha, April Fools, but that's how you get muted. A couple of people got muted this April Fools, and that's okay. Because y'all want to be a mess on the timeline, and then y'all want to be like, haha, April Fools, and it's like, well, what did you gain from this? What did you gain personally from doing this? And so I just want to know, at what age is April Fools are we gonna put that down? Because I don't want to be 60 trying to, well, actually, I don't participate in April Fools anyway, but I don't want to be 60 out here, ha ha, hee hee, I got a laugh out of y'all, I got you good. Like, oh, okay.
I feel like it's all about reading the room. If that's the kind of energy you have in your space, then by all means, if all of y'all are here for it and all of you guys want to do that, go for it. But if you're in a space, or if you know someone in that space who you know isn't going to be with what you're doing, leave them alone. It's that simple. Don't try and April Fool's prank me and expect me to be hee about it. I'm too goddamn old to be dealing with you calling me in the middle of the night talking about my car broke down, and then when I show up, you're nowhere to be found. I will fight you. I will fight you, plain and simple. And then when you catch these hands, you know why. It's that simple.
Have y'all ever participated in April Fool's Day?
No.
My chaotic ass when I was young. Oh, I lived for April Fools. And my aunt, you know, the crazy one with all the cats, she lived for April Fools too. Like, so when there was a point where like we all stayed in like close to the same area, so it would be crazy stuff. Like she would let a snapping turtle loose in our house, and we would have to pick it up and try and get it out. It was that kind of. But I was young, so I was here for it, and I loved it. So it would be stuff like me chasing a snapping turtle around the house for a good 20 minutes, trying not to get bit, and her cackling out the window talking about some April Fool.
Not you losing a finger for a holiday.
Yeah, like again, like that was the kind of tomfoolery she was on. So it would be stuff like
very new girls. That gives me very rotten, and I don't.
And it would be stuff like me going to the store and getting some milk and magnesia or some X-Lax and then going to her house and putting it in her milk. Like it would be stuff like that. Like that's the kind of stuff we lived for. And then it would be like, you know, April Fools was that time of year. That's just what it was.
I don't want to be around your family during April.
I'm like,
that sounds awful.
no, we don't do that shit no more at all. Like we're all too old for that shit. But back in those days when we were all children,
angry because you April Fools me. I'm gonna look at you and be like, "Oh, you a liar," and that's you a liar.
That's how I am now. Like back in the days, I lived for it. I'm not even gonna lie. But now, no, I will fight you. I will fight you.
You April Fools me, I ain't never gonna look at you the same. You will meet me, and I'll be like, "Oh, they probably lying." That's me. Like, "Oh, they got that." Don't call my house phone, please. I ain't here. I feel like there is a time and a place.
Yeah,
it's weird because I know that we're in a society now where it's like people are respectful and empathetic when it comes to people and their anxieties and and things of that nature. But then come April 1st, all of that goes out the window.
Right out the window. Right out the window.
Damn. And then after that, the second, it's like, but I'm here for you. Yeah. Like, are you okay?
Like, I know this traumatizes you, but I'm gonna turn it into a joke just for today. Just
this one day. It don't matter. It's different.
That's too funny. Well, Philip, I hope you got a good resolution out of you muting whoever you needed to mute.
Oh, I absolutely did. I was very content I was so much stress free. I was living a great life when I muted them, and they're gonna remain there because that's exactly
I love that. I
yeah.
really do.
I'm asking a question because you know how I feel about social media and in the Twitter. Why we muting? What's the difference in muting and just saying "feck this, unfollow"?
Because
What?
I feel like
The
muting is a
relationship.
more subtle way of
Yes.
letting a person know that you're not really here for them.
Do
Whereas
people
like
know when
blocking
you
is
mute
like
No.
no, but blocking is like I blocked you. You
Or
know
the
I unfollowed you.
unfollowing.
It was a
Yes.
soft block.
I'm saying like if like you got some gobbledygook on my timeline, I'm not
Yeah.
here for it. I feel like we've gone our separate ways and we've aged out. Apparently, I'm not here for the content you're putting out. So you just unfollow.
No,
Is
but
that
a lot of times it be the people that you actually are so cool with, but you just don't want
Mhm.
that foolishness on your timeline, and that's when you
Yeah.
hit the mute.
Yeah. Okay.
I
that
don't
makes
look at an unfollow like I don't like you. It's
no,
nothing personal.
but
That's
It,
how people
but
look at it.
everyone's gonna
yes,
take it personal.
yes, that follow
Oh,
is like the
so
establishment
like,
of the
someone
relationship.
unfollows me, I'm supposed to be mad.
Yeah.
Allegedly, it depends
Yeah.
on
Oh,
who it is.
I'm gonna be livid. Then I'm
'Cause
about to
to
flip
me,
my damn desk. Okay.
basically an unfollow is a sign of contention. It's I don't like you, so I don't want to see
This
you.
is me removing you the whole hell up out my
On
Yeah.
my
life.
life,
Yeah.
yes.
Basically, that's
Compare.
one of the first steps.
So
That's
a
how
mute
you
is like a
remove
soft,
friends.
okay,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not
I
friends,
just
but I
don't. We're
Yeah,
cool, but I don't want you on my
yeah,
space.
we're
I
cool,
still
but
support
you're doing
you,
too much. Yeah,
but
you're
I don't
doing
want you. I don't want to see you on my timeline.
together. I just don't want you on my timeline because it's a lot. Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. That's fair.
There's a good amount of people. I love you and I love your content that you make, but your behavior on the timeline is ridiculous. So I'm really going to mute.
Okay, that's very fair. I get it now. See, I've
yeah, that
never
makes perfect
muted anyone
sense.
before.
I don't think I have either. I don't be on social media like that to mute anyone. But you know what we are on though?
I'm
What
afraid.
are we on?
This advice letter. So remember when we asked our lovely viewers to send us in advice and do all that good stuff, right?
Indeed.
We got some letters, y'all.
Yes, we
We
got some
Come on,
letters.
we got
Yes,
a
we got some
letter.
letters.
We got some letters. We
So
just
first and
got.
foremost, I just want to say thank you to everyone who sent in a letter. If we don't respond to you today, we will eventually in the future. So just keep sending those letters in, and we promise we'll get to it. But we're gonna take off with a question asked by our very lovely friend Mastermind. I'm sure you guys remember Matt. She asked a bunch of questions last time, but we didn't get to all of them. So we're just gonna pick one up, and it is what is your favorite thing about the other people in this podcast?
Who wants to go? How are we going to do
I'll
this?
go
Do we do
first.
like everyone say something about Case and everyone say something, or
I mean,
whichever
Oh,
one do?
I'll go
No,
first because I
I'll go
like to.
first.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna take pride. I
Okay.
like pride. Pride
Wow.
crazy, right?
I like.
I like pride, but I like pride because pride is not afraid to just damn it be pride. I know this sounds stupid, but in a world of, and I feel this way about all of y'all. It's one of those things where you know how you know people and you could tell that they kind of change or turn
Mhm.
something down or
Mm.
ease up. Not pride. Pride is going to give
Wow,
you 100%
yeah.
pride. He don't give a damn. And
that's
it's
crazy.
you can only respect it. Like, because for me, I feel like one, Pride and I would have been really good friends growing up because we're
Oh,
closer in age. So I feel like me and Pride would have been doing some goofy shit.
we sure would have.
But it's one of those things where no matter how bleak shit gets, I can always rely on Pride to be Pride. When no one, because I don't care what's going on. It could be something that everyone's just like, okay, I am uncomfortable. I don't have words. You know who will? Pride. Pride. Pride always knows what to say. I can count on him. There will never be a moment of silence. There is no, I can just count on Pride to be Pride all the damn time. I'm not sure about a lot of things, but I'm sure of Pride.
Wow.
It's gonna be pride.
Thank
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
I am
so.
sure of
You
Pride,
know that.
and then
I said I wasn't gonna cry.
now
Next person.
Uh,
Next person. Next person.
Okay, I'll go.
No.
Since I
Kason
didn't.
has to do. Wait, are we
Wow.
doing each or are we just doing one?
I
I
was
thought we were
gonna
gonna
do
do
each
everyone.
Yeah, we
because
gotta
Yeah.
do
I
yeah.
wanted to be
So
greedy.
Kason, you gotta
Okay, so
be.
Case do everyone.
Okay.
okay. Okay, so my next one's gonna be my best friend. B is a little sister, and
Um,
I am the youngest, so I wouldn't know, but I can know B is the most. Whoo! Best friend is gonna come up. I'm gonna fix it up here. Stop it. B is the one that even if she ain't sitting next to you, she could just poke you like you there, you there, you there. And as much as I'm like, go, if ever I can't think of like a single person that for real, like if I really needed someone to tuck their thumbs in and grab that baseball bat,
Wow. Wow.
loyal. And when I tell you loyalty is one of those, it's a rare thing. I don't care how mad B gets or how tired she be of us. I know for a fact, like if I ever needed anyone for anything, I know I could always hit up old thumb in the hand.
Okay.
You were about to say thumb nips, weren't you? Not thumb nips.
Wow, not the thumb nips.
More thumb nips.
She is loyal, and you really can't put a price on that. That's why she my little sis. But damn it, she can work a nerve. But she's still not the way pride be pride and BBB. But
I can't wait for Phillips.
Oh, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna leave, and that's fine. Go ahead.
And when it comes to I love Philip. Can I just
Oh, this is about to be some foolery.
Let me
Oh,
preface
wow.
this with I love
This is gonna be some foolery.
because Philip is there's like a nice youthful vibe about in the sense that Philip is the grossest, most naive, most full of wonder, most someone tell him to shut up person I've ever because Philip, there's an innocence about Philip, even though innocence is lost.
It's not, yeah, it's long gone.
Innocence about Philip. And when it comes to Philip, I just feel like I have to protect him from everything. But at the same time, he crazy as hell. But there's this there's an I don't know. Philip is like there's a youthful innocence about him, but he crazy as shit. But it's the way we can have something simple going. And when I tell you we chilling and then we get Philip, and then I don't know what's gonna happen. Philip gets put into the equation. I never know where it's going.
You never know. The wild card.
I think Philip is the wild card of the group, and I don't know what's gonna come from it. So it's one of those things where it's like protect him. He doesn't know any better, but at the same time, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Because it's just I know if Philip is there, it will not be a dull moment. I know whatever we're doing is gonna be turned up several notches because he ain't got no damn sense.
I really don't. None of it.
He really does.
Ooh,
At the same time, I feel like he's the good one in the group. So what does that say about this
it's
group?
so weird. It's so weird how Philip is the good one and the dirty one at the same time. Like, how does
Yeah.
that happen? How does that happen?
It's
How
the
does
weirdest dynamic of friends I've probably ever had, but for whatever reason, it makes so much sense.
It's because a bitch is versatile.
Wow, you did
It's just
that.
versatile.
You did that. All right, look, I will go next. I mean, Kaysen might be a tough act to follow, but I'll start with Kaysen.
Wait.
I think the one thing I like the most about Kaysen is I don't think I've ever met someone who's more of a kindred spirit to me than Kaysen. And that's what I love about Kaysen. Like, when I tell you, like you said, like we would have been friends growing up, we really would have. Like we would have been chasing snapping turtles, getting into trouble, doing all this good stuff together because of that. You feel like you're a different part of me. Like even if you were to take my personality and throw a wig on it, that's Kaysen. And I love it.
No.
Like just take all my likes, all my wants, and just throw a wig on.
We're gonna throw a wig on you later. Don't you worry about it.
Love that. And that's my favorite thing about Kaysen is how much of a kindred spirit she is to me. Now, moving on to B, I guess my favorite thing about B will always be her childlike wonder. I've never met someone who gets so amazed by the simplest things in the world. And there's a certain part of that I envy and respect. When
But
you
I
learn,
also hate it. Oh my god.
yeah, and I also
Wow.
hate it. Like when you learn that a snake pees and that flips you out, like that messes up your whole day. Like you instantly have to research snakes because you didn't know they peed. Like there's something in that's beautiful and genuine. And
More
you can't,
beautiful.
like, you can't.
That initial face she made or that
She
pause,
said,
Yeah, like it's just like I'll never. And then that's B for me. And then moving on to Philip, of course, I feel like Philip Philip is the child I never wanted, but I'm so happy that he's here. I couldn't ask for more. I love Philip's unabashful ability to be himself. And that's something I will always envy in Philip. No matter what situation we're in, Philip is going to be himself. And that's a trait that I envy and respect. And I can't look at that any other way.
Wow. Wow.
That's
My friend.
Wow.
that's it for me.
You go next. I'm still thinking.
Damn it.
You ain't go next.
That. Let's see. I guess I'll also start with lay fat face Kason.
Wow.
Over here. Since I was came for so aggressively.
Love, you better end with love.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Because I have enjoyed many different people for many different reasons. And I feel like even when I met Kason, like, I don't know, we just kind of clicked. And I was just like, she's cool, I guess. And
Come on.
she's definitely like a big sister figure to me. And I don't know. We were just very similar and very similar. Wow, not similar.
Come on,
similar.
very similar.
Oh my
ways.
God, we were similar in a lot of different ways, and we just related to one another, and we could just talk about nothing and anything, but just last for hours and be having a great time. And that's just kind of how we rock. We just work.
Y'all are simple.
Wow.
We both didn't know about snakes.
It was a lot.
Y'all are
It was
simple.
a lot.
That was a lot.
It really was. That day was a lot. I really wanted to go that day.
Giraffes either. I too was like,
Exactly.
wait, it's fine.
Giraffes laying down was something really big to everyone.
I hate y'all.
It's like the whole realm of common sense, and then there's Kason and B outside of
Wow.
it, disagreeing like, oh my God, girl. Like, oh, there they go.
Getting to Pride.
Mm-hmm.
He's so authentically himself.
Wow.
From Pride, asking is something offensive to him finding out someone died 10 years late.
He just found out Cardi B had a baby.
The baby
That's
just found out.
He did. But I feel like Pride is also, he's very, very loyal. Like, I don't even know how me and Pride became friends, to be honest. We just kind of, again, we just worked.
Yeah, we just.
When did Pride come in? Pride just showed up.
He really did. It was
And me and Pride
DVD.
subbed on the same day, which is kind of crazy.
We really did. We subbed on the exact same day. Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. It's like Pride just appeared. And then Pride was just here. I don't know how to explain it. It was just like for Pride to not be here would be weird. It's just the way Pride, you stepped over. It was like a whole conglomerate of us, and then Pride was just in. It just
was. And then
What
I
did
guess
you,
Pride
baby?
also, Pride also feels like another big brother role, if you will, when he wants to. And then Philip.
world first advice, you know.
Philip. Because again, I've always been the youngest in all of my sibling relationships. Philip is like the younger brother or the younger sibling that I always just, wanted. And it's crazy that Philip is definitely younger than me, but he's also very mature for his age. And so, of course, there are definitely times when he wants to learn something and he's learning like a life lesson, but he also pushed back and wanted to do it on his own. So I think it's just, he's a wonderful mix of those things.
Wow.
Very confident in himself.
That's true. I can't wait to live vicariously through Philip. I can't.
I can't wait. Like watching.
Yeah. Watch.
Look at him. Grown.
I hate that. The way I'm not gonna do nothing with my life. I'm like, oh, he's in the same place. Well, I guess that comes to me, and I know I was last in everybody's, because I'm just so palatable, and I'm just so
Okay.
just so edible.
Okay.
I just know I am. So
Now
We have to wrap it up. We have to wrap it up, Bob.
So I'm gonna start with Kason. First want to start off saying I love Kason so much. I have never met a later soul in my whole life, but I've also never met a more on time person. She is late in almost everything she does. But when I tell you, when she gets here, sis is sis is really on time. It's like that 30-minute deficit. It was never gone. When I tell you she makes up for it, and when I tell you that is big sis right there. If I need somebody to come fight for me and fight for my rights, or just be like, hey, how you doing? I'd be like, oh, I'm absolutely terrible. She'd be like, oh, what's wrong? That's who I go to. I'm like, yeah, Kason is that older sister that, I do have older sisters, but the only older sister that actually is valid, So that's Kason for me. Kason is just, I don't know, I can't really describe her. She's so unique. In all the good ways. She's very unique, and I wouldn't trade her for the world. And that's me on Kason. Pride. Oh, wow. Pride.
Getting a little tingly.
I have never, if I ever need, when you meet abrasive people and you just start rubbing on abrasive people and you yourself become sharper, that's what pride is for me.
Wow.
I tell you, if I ever need something to sharpen my pencil to go out into the world and stab somebody, that is pride for me. But I've also never met an abrasive person that is more caring than pride. Pride in all of his abrasiveness and just clownery and foolery. I have never met a person that has absolutely cared more. Pride really said if we ever broke up as friends, he would really fly out and just start knocking on our windows. And I 100% believe him. Like, I 100% believe him. And I love that aspect about him, and that he can give us a lot of things. Pride can give us a lot of things. But if we actually needed somebody there, Pride would be right there waiting for us. And, I really appreciate that. And B. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And B.
Wow.
And B. I don't know how I simultaneously am the younger sibling and the older sibling sometimes, but I really be there sometimes. Like, when we're over VC, I'm the younger sibling, but let me be in person. I'm like, B, are you okay? Are you okay? You going through something? Like, are you okay? And that aspect of me protecting, I don't know. I feel like I have to protect B the most, and that I'm not really, like, I'm a protective person, but I just want to be able to save B. But also, B is the most emotional in the group. Besides myself, it's me and B, so I know B has things that I'm gonna take to the grave, and B has things she's gonna take to her grave, and it's just, I love that we are able to
graves are so full.
We are full of our graves are so full.
Real empty.
That means Pride just gonna be talking on top of it, yelling.
When I have
nothing but room in my grave.
When I tell you Pride gonna be rolling around in his grave, just rolling.
I room for activities in my grave.
I'm blocking in mine. Don't even trip.
Yeah, I just but me and I we have a special connection, and it's just something that I don't know, I just really have come to appreciate, and I don't know what I would do without. That applies to all of y'all. But just in the context of V, I just don't know what I would do without that connection. Like, I don't know what I would do without waking up to you and being like, oh, I have to deal with you today. Like, here we go. And that was...
I feel like in the wrap of all that, it's very weird how attached we are to each other.
Yes, all of a sudden.
It really bleeds. It gets weird. Or if I text y'all and y'all don't text me back, I'm like, I didn't even do nothing. Like, am I in trouble? I didn't even do it. I wasn't even there.
No. I mean, Casey really comes in like 1 p.m. We'd be like, good morning. Casey would be like, hey, like, good morning. Like, girl, you are late.
You're late. As usual.
But I wouldn't trade it for
that late.
Would not trade it for the world.
Not at all. I feel like us having our trip made me realize that I'm like, I miss my friends.
I really walked out of my room and was like, where they at? Where they at?
I really woke up and was like, let me see what Philip's doing. And I was like, oh wait, I'm at home.
I was like, I'm alone.
I will say you all are a group of people that it just feels like y'all have always been here. I don't know. You know how some friends, it's like you can pinpoint, oh, we've been friends for like a year. And it feels like it. It feels like I've been with y'all since I could remember. And it would be weird if y'all weren't here. Y'all are very much a fixture in my life. And I don't know. It would just be different. I just feel like I've always known y'all. Even when I didn't know you, I feel like I knew you. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, one thing I love about us,
loving.
Yeah, one thing about us that I really enjoy like the most is that it's really authentic. It's never not been authentic. Like it's been 100% from the start to the beginning. Like we don't really fake anything with each other. We're straight up with each other, and that makes me feel nice because I've been in friendships where it's been like, oh, this ain't real. Like this really isn't real. So the fact that we're just so real and we're good with each other at our fullest potentials, it makes me so happy because I'm a lot to deal with. I know. So I'm
I'm glad you know. I'm glad.
Wow, and you're not. Wow, you're
even
not.
in moments, listen, even in the moments where I'm like, ooh, I'm real sick of Philip. I'd never be like, I'm ready to go.
Wow, you don't think you're sick?
Go Philip being Philip.
You don't think you're hard to deal with?
Listen.
I'm the easiest
one of the traits. One of the traits.
You said you're the easiest. Who?
Deal with
Kaysen.
Now, Kaysen.
Oh,
Kaysen.
girl.
what did I did?
Kaysen, you know what you do.
I did.
You know what you do.
You know what you do, Kaysen. Kaysen, I be minding my business. Here you come. I'm about to start attacking. Like, oh, there I go. You could have ate your food over there, but no.
No, I am not the number one attacker. Pride is, because Pride will start with,
I'm not going to say Kaysen's the number one attacker. I would say Kaysen's the number one victim among us. He said, let me run in front of this car real quick. Let me be a victim.
I get attacked.
Let me smash this salad.
Kaysen be after every Golden Globe, she be acting like, Kaysen, that wasn't even about you. Well, I feel attacked.
But I'm not saying it's about me. But still.
But wait, I feel like out of everybody, between this dynamic, B know what she do.
Oh, B absolutely knows what she does. She knows what she does.
B, you had me ready to admit myself. I heard an
all right.
You know
all right.
I feel like
B be the most judgmental. She be the most condescending, the most loving way. She be like,
When it comes to I know what I'm gonna get. B is gonna be the one to start it off with and I gotta make her a believer. Pride is the one to be like, girl, you better get it how you live, even if it's stupid. Because Pride just be like, live your best life. Pride on me out there doing something crazy.
Yeah.
My voice the reason. B, I'm gonna have to make a believer because she gonna start off with okay.
The first one, what you want to do? You want to dive head first? Let's go.
I'm in trouble with B because it'll sound positive, like, yeah, do you? And I'm like, is this a good do you?
Wow.
Do you? There we go. Wow.
B, it's never a good do you.
It really isn't.
If B says do you, it's never good.
It really isn't.
I'll on to something and B will say something and I'll walk off like,
And even if you're right, she'll make you question it. So even if you're right, she'll be like, oh, is that really how that's supposed to go? Really? Oh, I guess. I mean, do you, sis?
Sometimes I'm inquisitive.
My best friend. And then when we try to ask you what you inquisitive on, you're like, nah, you good. And
you
I'm
good?
Like,
you good?
But Kaysen, you do the same thing.
I be living my best life. I always say what I mean.
First of all, no, because Pride you'll be like, oh no, it's fine. Let me just go die then.
Yeah,
let me just go die.
Let me go turn around and die.
I mean,
let me go shut up. Let me just go shut up.
But Pride is different. I treat Pride a little differently just because we same age realm. So and me and Pride just understand each other. So Pride and I can say a lot of things without saying nothing to each other. We just be in our own.
Not y'all breathing and old, and here y'all go.
With Pride, I can say something. Y'all be like, wait, what? And Pride be right there like, yeah. But with you and Philip, it's tough because I'm territorial with y'all and I feel like I have to protect y'all. But at the same time, I respect the fact that I got to let y'all do y'all. So there'll be some things where I'm like, oh, I don't like this, but I can't not. I don't want to say nothing, but I can't.
I had to learn that lesson too because I was like, ooh. Because I remember when me and B first met and B would be telling me about her trials and tribulations. I'd be like, now, girl. And then I was like,
I have to shut up and let y'all be grown. And I have to, but it's not easy. And nobody times I go to Pride, like, I don't know how to say this. What do I do? We got to
just say it.
I don't know what to do. But at the same time, I respect that y'all got to do your own thing. But it's just me being territorial and protective because I'll go to jail and I don't want to. So I'm like, real quick.
I did a dime. I'm good. I did a dime. I'll go back.
I'll go back. Oh God. There you go.
Wait a minute now. I wear glasses. Wait a minute. I wear glasses, y'all. Wait.
I can't wait for the day that Kaysen's 5'2" little self comes in. What's good? What's good? Kaysen, go sit down somewhere. Kaysen. Kason, go sit down. Like,
Remember that time we was about to fight the security guard at
Yeah,
Tweetown?
no problem. I was looking at me like, I remember that time we almost fought Case. Like, not this one.
Yeah,
not this
not
one.
that
Wait.
one. Who you talking to? We got it
One
real
time
quick.
we went and got food, but we didn't buy nothing. And so Philip was in there, and when me and Philip came out, me and Pride was coming in. Like,
oh yes, like oh there they come, here they
Wait, I
come.
thought we repressed
We was
it.
getting
I thought we
concerned.
repressed it.
Wait, everyone around
Me and
was like,
Kason had it covered. And here y'all come, dun, 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 dun. Like oh there they
B
come.
looked at each other. B was like, B, they taking a minute. And B said, yeah, let us get up.
No,
So we
because
started-
Case, you said come in. We were like, oh, what's going on?
no,
yeah, then Casey came out and did like a gang sign. So then we thought it was time to
man,
go.
we're all good. I was trying to say,
Nah.
we got this.
That looked like a gang sign. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, we about to
like,
fight.
it's about to go down.
Not her throwing up the birds like ski. Like and there she go. Time to roll out.
Casey really came out there and signaled us, so we got it.
Exactly. We were like, wait, what's going on?
There's the hell out of them two old people playing chess.
They said,
They
oh, it's
said,
time to
wait.
go. They said,
No,
oh, it's time
you
to
know,
go.
like in a show when everything slows down, me and Pride was walking up, they were turning
Yes.
around.
And then Kason with this face of distress, like I'm sitting over here trying to
I
get it
really thought we
together.
was about to fight that day.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I thought Philip was getting told off. I was like, oh, not
Yeah.
about to disrespect Philip. Wait.
like I walked up there thinking, this is the moment. This is the moment where all of us get in a fight and our friendship is bound forever. This is it.
This is what
Because
we are forever
We-
bound by blood.
We never did the blood seal. Dang. Next,
Now.
next vacation, we burning a napkin up, sis. We are burning it up.
Well, the way we were supposed to answer more than one letter, but that kind of got away
Not really.
from us.
Yeah,
So,
we will get to them in the
next week,
future.
We do not be discouraged. Please send in your letters to the email at theggspodcast@gmail.com. There's a link in our link tree. Hit that. If you want to keep it anonymous, you can. Don't be afraid. We want to hear from all of y'all. And trust me, we will get to you. But what are we gonna slide into the fact of the day? Casey, you're up.
Y'all don't like my facts because my facts be depressing, and I get that. But you gotta I'm real emo, y'all. Y'all gotta.
There she go,
understand.
turning
Go ahead and
around.
turn around. Come on
There
and
you
turn
go.
around, Casey.
I don't mean to.
Go ahead,
Okay,
sis,
I'm gonna give
rotate.
y'all a basic one. Since it was April Fool's, did y'all know that goosebumps are a defense mechanism that we feel should danger be present? So next time,
Wow.
I did know that actually.
look around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Girl.
Wait, what? Like it's a ghost around? I'm like, oh shit.
The body's way, it's
Goosebumps
a
is-
defense
yeah,
mechanism.
It's your body. Like when you meet someone and they give you goosebumps or they give you the chills, like that's your body's way of telling you something's off.
Oh, I
Or
should
you
like
go
that be-
somewhere and you feel like
Oh,
you're
Yeah.
then
being
I should fuck
high.
them.
I
Is that what
know.
that means?
Now,
I mean, now, just
Wait.
chemically, it's your body's way of like telling you something's not right.
Yeah, trying to keep you safe.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna just walk away from conversations. Let me go.
Yeah.
Kinda just
But you've
walk
never
around.
talked to someone and you get a vibe, you're like, oh, you're weird.
it's
Like,
your
that's-
real life Spidey senses. Like, hey, girl, I might not be
No,
Spider Man,
it's
but you gotta get out, sis. Like,
That is
My
your
fight or
body's
flight.
way of
I
telling
must
you-
flight.
Yes, that's the body's way of telling you something ain't right. Now, I ain't gonna tell you what, but it just gives you a nice idea. It's time to go.
Mm.
That's interesting. I forgot all about that.
I kind of knew about it, but I definitely
Yeah, I
forgot
thought-
about
yeah.
it
Don't
differently.
know everything though that's remotely scientific.
You're right.
Philip is
Imagine being a brain. Ugh.
right.
That's an interesting concept that I'm technically the brain here, and that's
I have another fact of the day. Wait, Philip told me that my name means what is it, Philip?
it means a calculation in Korea. It means calculations or to calculate.
Way of making fun of me because my name is Kason, but math eludes me. So I think that's hilarious. My name, my whole being is ironic, and I learned that today.
Now,
Case-
not y'all giving
Kiss.
Casey different.
I really
Not y'all
did.
giving Casey more layers to this onion. Now here she go.
There she go.
She gonna put on more black. More black. More
Kason-
eyeshadow.
Kason is calculation in Korean, and then Kason Hada is to do a calculation.
My name is a calculation. It's an
You
oxymoron.
know,
Let me turn off these lights and bask in the
Yeah,
shadow.
you better
Nah.
finger snap me. Get my black lipstick. Come on, Black romance. Let's go. Doc Martens. I'm
Not you in the corner singing, Mama, we all go to hell. Oh, God. Okay, recommendations. Let's go ahead and slide into those before we drag on and keep y'all here all night. Because we could if we wanted. We
Y'all
really
want
could.
to? Y'all want to? Y'all want to be
Now-
here all night?
Now,
Wow.
I ain't ate nothing. I don't want y'all to hear my stuff.
Oh yeah. The stomach will break up the party. Be like, oh, it's time to go. All right. So who's up first recommendations? I can go first because I don't know why, but I recently got into this this UK superhero drama / comedy dramedy. I think that's what you call it. It's called Misfits, right? And to sum it up, this storm happens with all these people who were on. What is it? What is it when you have to do stuff when you get arrested and you have to clean up like as part of your what is that called?
Public
Public
service.
service. Yes, they were doing public service work at like a community center, and this weird storm hits, and they all get superpowers, right? But of course, it's a comedy, so some of them get really dumb superpowers. Like one of them gets this ability, like when she touches someone, they're overcome by the urge to want to have sex with her. Like that's
Damn.
like yeah, like it's not, it came out a while ago, so it's not exactly PC anymore. But like, and then one person had the ability of lactokinesis, like they could control milk, so they went
Come
on a
on.
murdering spree. They started killing people.
Oh.
They was like, yeah, you had curd and whey for breakfast this morning. There go your intestines. Like it was a lot.
That's
It
how
was
you
like-
take them out. So if I don't drink milk, you can't.
Yeah. Like he literally went on a murdering spree, and then one person came up to him. And he was trying to kill him, and he was like, he couldn't, and then he beat him up and was like, "Cause I'm lactose intolerant, you fuck." And it was just,
Oh wow.
it was great. It was great. So like, if you haven't seen it, I think Misfits came out in, I want to say 2012.
Oh, that is.
I could be wrong.
Ooh,
It
that is
came out a
old.
while
I
ago.
just feel like
but-
it's gonna be so PC.
But it is not
incorrect. There we go.
It is
Yes.
not.
Wait, is
PC
that
at
the one
all.
with the
I'm
pink
just telling you.
hair?
Pink hair?
Oh, never mind. No, that's not the right thing. Thank you.
Are you thinking Hit Girl?
No, I'm thinking of. I think it was the other Jackass or something like that. I don't know.
Kick Ass?
I don't know. It
Kick
wasn't
Ass.
about.
Yeah, you were
Yes,
thinking
Kick
of
Ass.
Kick
That's
Ass.
what it was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
no,
Hit
it's
Girl.
not Kick Ass. No, it's not Kick Ass.
Okay.
But yes, it's if you definitely check it out, if you like those kind of things, it is funny. It's worth a ride. It some of the plot is pretty good. There's a weird time travel plot. It gets real comic-y sometimes. Like it's good. But anyway, that was my recommendation.
I'm watching Snowfall. Whew. I'm almost done with season 2. That show was a lot. If you got time, it's actually really good. It's about how the crack pandemic started in LA, and it's good. Like it makes it you learn a lot about what was going on back in the late 70s, early 80s. You get to see how things happen. Usually when you get gangster shows or movies, it's always on the East Coast, outside of Boys in the Hood, Strapped, Above the Rim. It's kind of crazy, but it's kind of sad because you kind of get to see what happened in LA and to our people. And it's like, it's a lot, but it's a good show. It's a lot. If you haven't seen it, I say check it out.
Philip.
Oh, my recommendation for the week is this is for all my collectors. If you collect things out there, this is your sign to get something else to really satisfy your collection need. That's my recommendation. My collection is albums right now, and I got 2 on the way. And there's nothing better than when you get something to add to your collection. So this is just your sign of me recommending you to get something for your collection. Put something in your collection plate.
I know
Wait,
B
what'd you
opens hers. Do you open yours?
Oh, I do, because I have no intentions of giving them back or reselling them. But plus my albums, because they're K-pop albums, they have like little posters and cards and booklets. So I'm
They give you so much. I saw that.
Yes.
And
And so-
give you
and
a
so
lot.
what I had 2 unopened albums because they were like duplicates or they're like different versions. And I said, girl, what's in this album? I said, let me open them. Yeah. I open my albums.
Do they give you a bunch of different things? Like since
Yes.
you have
Yeah.
the 2.
Yes,
Dang,
if they're different editions, they'll have different photo shoots. They'll have different random cards that they'll give in different boxes. It's a whole different experience every time you open a new album, which is why I have every edition of an Eyes One album. But that's neither here nor there. B, do you have anything? So just get you something nice. Collect something for yourself if you like that type of thing. B, do you have a recommendation for the week?
Yes. Mine is actually got into an anime. It is kind of crazy for me
Oh,
to
wow.
actually watch one.
Really?
And I finished the whole first season.
Did you go
of
to
a
Wiki?
Huh?
Did you wiki it?
No.
Wow.
I read
Wow.
I recommend Agretsuko to anyone who just loves very snarky not commentary, like snarky, funny shows. Because technically Agretsuko could very much be like a show with actors. It just happens to be anime with animals, and it's so fucking funny. I watched the whole first season by accident while I was working, and I was like, "Oh wow, it's so funny."
Really cute.
Is that
I
the one
recommend it
that's
to
on
my-
Netflix?
Yes,
Yes,
it is a
and-
Netflix
and
original.
the little raccoon she does.
Yeah,
She's so
okay.
definitely
She's a red panda.
adorable, though. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. Red panda. She's adorable.
It's very funny,
I only saw the first season though. I'm gonna have to go back in and do season 2.
and I'm not gonna lie. She has her little rock moments, and it kind of reminded me of there's like a scene where she's rapping, and in her little rock, I was like, this reminds me of them little rap.
Not
remix.
Come on, rock.
And I was like, oh,
Come on, rap. Don't come for rap rock.
I
We were
might
doing
have
so
to
good
maybe
today.
try one to see again if I dislike it strongly.
It's cute. Get into that. Get into that.
Get into it.
And to get into it will be. Oh wait, is it B or Case? Who has the quote of the day today?
It me.
For
Oh,
today.
B, come on, get into the quote of the day,
Okay,
sis.
so let me.
This is
So-
okay.
My quote of the day. It is. So, my quote is, I'm not harmful, just introspective. You probably think I'm weird, but it's not harmful weird. And that quote is by Henry Rollins.
What?
I'm
Henry
not
Rollins.
harmful.
Henry
Yes,
Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
I thought it
I'm
was
not
gonna be a
harmful.
poem. That's why I'm mad.
Introspective. You might think I'm weird, but I'm just introspective weird. Is that what you said?
No, I said I'm not harmful, just introspective.
Uh-huh.
You can probably think I'm weird, but it's not harmful weird.
Oh, okay. That's kind of deep.
Mhm.
You better dim that light, turn on that dimmer switch.
I thought it was gonna be a poem. So when you said I'm not weird, I'm introspective, I was expecting that third and fourth line to rhyme, and I got real mad when it didn't. I was like, hello.
Wow.
I was like,
Okay.
hello.
Sound out
Not a
poems.
poem though. In B's defense,
Yeah.
I could have pulled out my favorite poet. Don't get me started.
You know what I thought it was gonna be? I thought it was gonna be a song quote for some reason. I don't know why.
I was
But
gonna really pick a Young quote, but I was like, she doesn't have good
Oh
ones.
wow, you
Yeah,
did that.
you know, yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a 21 Pilots song quote, and I was like,
Come
we don't
on.
know 21 Pilots.
She really
so I don't know
doesn't.
You're
why.
damn right.
don't say it like that. You really missing out, sis.
You are.
I had one that I liked, but I don't remember what it was called.
Can we talk about Philip texted me during 21 Pilots and he really, go on and give me that little quarantine song,
Yeah,
sis.
yeah.
You
Go and
know?
give it to me.
It's a vibe. I went and got dinner and that song was playing at Raising Cane's in the background.
Come
It's the way
on.
I would get no work done if I worked there because I just be dancing in the drive-through like, are you
Now
gonna take
you
my
did
order?
that.
After this song?
And you
They be
turn
like,
around.
sis,
you
go and
can
clock out
bring
from me.
down my
You gonna wait,
They'd be like, sis, can you go
She's
and
gonna
clock
put
out
the
for me?
finger up and everything. Put the
Mhm.
case gonna put the finger. Hold on.
Panic on the brain. I'm telling you now, you're gonna wait a second. I'll be yelling at people.
Susie's
"Shut
in the
up."
back going insane. Shut up.
All right, y'all. We survived.
We
If you've
did.
made it to this point, thank you for rocking with us. We've done 3 episodes. That's crazy. I'm
4.
enjoying it.
This is the fourth.
Four.
I'm
one.
sorry, we've done
You
4.
did- Wow.
Yes.
This is the fourth
This
case.
This is the fourth
episode,
one.
Jason?
Yes.
Well, never mind. I don't even know who I am, but we did
Wow.
4. Allegedly, we did 4. I'm gonna have to check my sources. I don't know. Allegedly, but I this is fun. I'm enjoying this.
I actually enjoy it.
I
a lot,
do too. And just
This
to
is the
reiterate,
highlight of my week.
yes, and just to reiterate, if you have any questions or stories that you would like to send to us and have us comment on, make sure you email us at theggspodcast@gmail.com and send us all your burning and hot tips, and questions and
I would love
stories.
to get into some stories. That's all.
Yeah, stories are gonna be cute. Ooh,
It's the way I don't leave my house. So
Yeah, I would like to live
if I can live
vicariously.
through y'all. I mean, just a fly on the wall. What's everybody doing? Because I know I ain't doing nothing. So,
Not nothing.
Not nothing.
and nothing.
Well, we don't want to hold you any longer. Thank y'all for participating in another episode of GG Podcast. I'm Philip and I'm heading out. What can y'all say y'all names and head out to?
Oh yeah, I'm casing for calculation. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
okay.
heading You right.
Mhm.
I'm B. And hey, better not catch you buzzing.
Pride, go ahead. Come on, let's go.
Okay. I'm Pride Zero. If you nasty, signing off.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.